Y'all know the drill. If you live alone, if you sleep alone, or even if you just scare easily, you should probably just move along. This story was sent to me by a follower who moved in with her sister and wound up having several creepy experiences in apartment B13. This one's actually insane, so let's just jump right into it. The first experience was one night when she was having a movie night with 3 of her friends. We were all just hanging out, watching a scary movie together when all of a sudden a glass fell off the countertop. Keep in mind, the glass was sitting like in the middle of the countertop, not on the edge, but it fell directly in the floor, like as if somebody had shoved it off the countertop. She told her sister about it the following day. Her sister didn't really believe her. She just blew her off and tried to find any scientific explanation to what could have happened to explain, the cup falling into the floor. About a month goes by and she's working night shift one night when she gets a phone call from her sister asking if she's almost done with her shift. She told her sister she still had an hour left in her shift, but she could tell that something was wrong because her voice was like shaking, so she asked her what was going on. Her sister asked for forgiveness for not believing her. She told her that when she was washing the dishes, a shot glass that was placed on top of the fridge fell and flew like directly towards her as if it was aiming towards her, but it missed her. Mind you, just like the other glass, this one was not sitting anywhere near the edge. It had been in like the middle of the fridge. That was just the beginning of many more scary things that would happen. So she and her sister worked opposite schedules for the most part. Her sister worked mornings and she mostly worked night shift, which meant they hardly got to see each other because their schedules were just so different. One night, her partner was spending the night and they were up in her room chatting when they heard footsteps in the hallway. She knew her sister had already gone to sleep, but she figured maybe she had just got up to go use the restroom. She normally turned on the hallway light when she got up to go use the restroom, but this time her and her partner didn't see like the light turn on in the hallway. They heard footsteps, so she still just figured it would be her sister because, who else would it be? That's the only other person that lived there. Since she hardly got to see her sister, she figured she'd take advantage of the moment and go say hi, so she told her partner that she was going to go say hi to her sister. Since she heard the footsteps thinking it was her, she rushed to the door and opened it to say hi to her sister. To her surprise, the bathroom light was off and there was nobody there. And her sister's bedroom door was closed and the lights were off, so she clearly hadn't got up to go use the restroom. So whose footsteps was it that her and her partner heard that night? The next day, she asked her sister if she had gotten up to use the restroom that night because, they clearly heard footsteps plain as day. She said no, she hadn't gotten up once. She slept all the way through the night. And shivers went down her spine. Another incident is when her partner saw someone walk past in the hallway. The door was slightly open and her partner had saw a shadow pass. She was in the shower, so her partner thought she had just gotten out, and so she fully opened the door to talk to her, but nobody was there. And she was still showering and there was nobody else in the apartment during this incident. Her and her partner both always felt like somebody was watching them in that apartment. As time passed, it started getting worse and she started having these really vivid dreams and started also having sleep paralysis. One night she woke up around 3 a.m. to the sound of static or white noise. And all of a sudden she felt something right next to her ear, which was making a screeching sound, but the white noise was still going on at the same time. She wanted to yell for help and move, but she couldn't, and that's when she realized that she was probably more than likely experiencing sleep paralysis. She was well aware that it was probably sleep paralysis, but the fact that she could see her bedroom fan spinning so clearly just made her feel like it felt so real. Anyways, back to what was going on. She couldn't move or scream or anything, and she was hearing this screeching sound going on in her ear. When all of a sudden she realizes there's this dark shadow laying beside her, and she was paralyzed, she couldn't move. She said she wanted to pray so bad, but her mind just went blank, and she couldn't even remember how to pray. As soon as she was able to move, she went running to her sister's room, knocking on the door, screaming, scared, and crying, and she begged her sister if she could sleep with her that night. So after that, months go by and nothing else happens, till one night she's asleep alone in her room when she gets woken up to being dragged down her bed. She was dragged a few inches down from her pillow, and that was the last straw for her. A few months later, her sister began dating this guy, and his mom and grandma came to visit. They were from out of town, so they wound up spending the night at the apartment. The following morning, the grandma said that her and the mom had saw that night a black shadow standing over them in the living room. The same shadow she saw when she was going through what she thought was sleep paralysis. The grandma was apparently gifted, she was psychic, and she told her that this entity was actually attached to her. She told her that that was the reason that she was the one that was experiencing the most of the paranormal activities. The grandma blessed the apartments and opened the windows, rebuking the bad spirit away. The grandma told her to place cinnamon sticks and sugar at the foot of her bed to keep any bad spirits away, so that's what she did. Nothing else ever happened, but her and her partner did experience the feeling of being watched some still after that. Her and her partner wound up getting an apartment of their own. I've never felt a bad vibe or anything like they did in apartment B13. Her sister did eventually move out of the apartment too, not for like paranormal reasons, just because she wanted to move out. A few months later, they ran into their old neighbors from apartment B13, and they told them that the people in apartment B15 were experiencing paranormal activity as well. Could it be the location of where the apartments were? She said she doesn't know, and she doesn't plan on ever moving back to those apartments, no matter how beautiful or new that they were. That was a lot to unpack. If you listened to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Please let me know what you think about this story in the comments, and if you have a story of your own that you'd like to send me, you can send it to my email, which is linked in my bio. As always, I look forward to seeing you in another video. Love y'all.
You know, the beautiful thing about our God, we don't have to say nothing. He just knows. Like, literally, all you gotta say is Jesus. And literally, he just knows. He just knows. Like, literally, that's it. That's all she had to say in that that sleep paralysis is that she just had to call on the name of Jesus. That's it. Like, if you forget everything, remember that name, bruh. You just gotta remember the name, honey. Because, honey, bruh. What? That was just a lot. It was just a lot. Okay, we're going to try to unpack this. We're going to go step by step. We're going to try to, because so much happened. So with the glass that just fell while they were watching scary movies, I feel like that was a warning. Like, hey, hi. Hi, I'm here. Like, literally, I felt like that's what it was. And then the glass, the shot glass. After stuff is falling. Okay, one time, okay. Twice, it's like, wait a second. What is there a breeze? Is there a draft? What is that? What earthquake? What's going on here? Like, this is when you start asking questions. We're gonna implement the W's now. The other W, what are we doing? The first W, I don't understand why people are asking that. We don't need to know these things. All we need to know is we don't know them, and that's a problem. That's the problem. You shouldn't have to ask. We already know. This is not okay. We don't know these people. We don't know what this is. So why are we asking that? And do we really want to know? So yeah, that's when you start asking questions. When the second something occurs, the same thing occurs twice. It's like, okay, honey, what's going on? And the fact she hears footsteps, bruh. In that moment, at nighttime, let's go back to the fact of the matter of, she said, oh, I would go talk to my sister at probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. You want to go talk to you? I wish somebody would come catch me outside of my bedroom. I'm headed to the bathroom and feel like, oh, this is the perfect time to spark a conversation with me when I'm trying to stay asleep long enough. Like, I'm only being awake just to run to the bathroom and come back, but I'm trying to stay asleep-ish so I can get back to my bed and go right back to sleep because I just got woken up by my bladder. Bruh, I wish somebody would speak to me. Don't catch me outside in the daytime, in the morning time. What are we doing? Not talking. That's wild to me. But the fact she hears footsteps, decides to rush outside her door, and then don't see nothing. I feel like in that moment, we investigate. We up now. Everyone's up. Oh, you were asleep? No, you're up now. Because I heard footsteps and it was not you. So, wow to me that happened. And then about the partner seeing a shadow, bruh. Like you see something with your eyes and could not find what it was. You're walling out. Right in that moment, we would be figuring out what's going on and getting it out. So I'm so glad that her sister got a boyfriend and they was about that. They was about that life because, yes, grandma. Everyone needs a grandma in their life, bruh. Everyone needs that grandma figure. Like, yes, a grandma figure. Somebody who knows. Someone who is deeply invested with God. You need that in your life, honey. Because, girl, grandma knew. She was like, And to feel like somebody's watching you, Glad y'all moved out. I hate that other people are experiencing that. Because they say, it's just, they say it be delaying. So, yeah. Be careful out there, friends. Stay prayed up. call on the name of Jesus. If you don't know nothing else, know Jesus, okay? Cool. Bro, I almost ended that part of this reaction without talking about the fact that she was being dragged out your bed, bro. Oh, heck no. Oh, because we already talked about you start laying hands. Oh, you start to lay hands back, bro. Don't you dare. Like, bro, what is happening? Like, it's already scary enough. The sleep paralysis is already scary enough. Your guest seeing this figure that you just saw in your sleep paralysis, bro. Like, at that point, it's time to go. It's time to go. Man, wow. I can't believe I almost skipped over that fact that she got drugged out of her bed.
So what started as a simple game of truth or dare turned into a demonic ritual by the end of the night. Someone almost got sold for R5,000. I don't know how to say South African money. I am back with another spooky story. You guessed it, this is yet another submission from South Africa. We're gonna call the person who submitted the story Mel. Mel says that this happened to her boy best friend. Until this day, it still creeps her out. It was Friday night and they were all chilling at his uncle's house. Mel's best friend's uncle. They decided to play a casual game of truth or dare with his cousin. We're gonna call the cousin Mikey. At some point, the cousin invited one of his female friends over. And now here's the thing. Mikey's friend was openly satanic. She eventually arrived and the vibe was fun. At first. Mini party vibes, music playing, everything seemed cool in that moment. But then Mikey's friend dared them to play this spooky game. She told them that they were going to summon a demon. And everybody there all said no immediately. And she looked at everybody dead serious and said, if you don't do this dare, I'll make you all do the nasty, forcibly. And everybody there was shook. What a threat. Obviously, nobody wanted to go through that, so they all felt cornered. Now, they knew that this girl had the ability to make them do this because, again, the whole openly satanic thing. So they all decided to participate anyway. Maybe nothing will come from this. So the girl pulls out 5 black candles and started drawing a strange symbol on the floor. She placed the candles at each corner of the diagram with one right in the center. Then she started chanting, saying these strange, dark words. Out of nowhere, they all felt this cold breeze just sweep through the room. And mind you, no windows were even open. Now, both Mel and her best friend had matching cross necklaces. And suddenly, they felt this burning heat on their necks. Their necklaces were hot. The necklaces were searing into their skin. It was so bad that they both quickly took off the necklaces and stuffed them in their pockets. Next thing Mel knows, she blacked out. When she woke up, it was already the next afternoon. Something was off with her best friend. He was acting weird, distant, quiet, and cold. Mel says that same satanic girl showed up again, and she asked to take him for a walk. So without thinking anything of it, they let him go. And later they would find out the real reason for that walk. Come to find out, she was trying to sell him for $5,000. R5,000, however much that is. But the girl led her best friend to this man to, this is a graphic, so I have to figure out a way to say this without getting this video taken down. The man was supposed to, and he wasn't supposed to have a tongue or a neck by the time the man was done. However, Mel's best friend fought back with everything he had in him. And somehow, by the grace of God, he managed to escape. And when he made it back to the crib, that's when he put everybody on to what he just went through. That one was definitely a scary one. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can literally find the link at the top of my page. Y'all, we are super close to 8,000 followers on Instagram, so please make sure you follow me on Instagram. Just so that I know that it's real. Duh, like we're almost there. I say in every single video, I love you, my abducted human. Be on the lookout for merch as I will be dropping those very soon. I love you, my abducted humans, from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
Girl. So question. Why are we hanging out with her? Like, pick your friends, honey. I mean, I don't have to tell y'all. We all at that age now where we already know. We don't even hang out with people. Like, what friends? What friends? Honey, what? It's me, myself, and I over here, honey. But no, like, knowing what you know about this person, why would you hang out with her? I mean, honestly, why would you hang out? I wouldn't even. Like, everyone's God's children. However, there's just some energy and some people who are not walking with God that I'm just not. Like, if you ain't rocking with God, why are we in the same room? Like, you with the ops? Okay, you stay over there with the ops. I don't want nothing to do with the ops at all. Like, stop. You know, like, that's just me. I wouldn't even entertain. Like, the moment she walked in, I would walk out. Like, oh. Like, no, I'm not gonna be here. This is no. And I do that in my real life. If I don't like you, and I love how people be like, oh, I'm unbothered. Yeah, I can be unbothered too, but I don't want your energy around me. Like, if I don't like you, I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't want that energy. My energy is good. Why would I want your presence to mess me up? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know people are just like, oh, she ain't gonna move me. I'm not gonna be moved when she around. No, I'm gonna move about the place. I'm gonna move about the room because I don't want to be around that energy. Like, stop. Like, but I don't know. I mean, I do know. God got me. So I don't care what she would have said if I would have stayed up in the room or whatever and she wanted to play a game. I'm not playing the game. And I want you to try my guy, boo. Try my guy. He don't play about me. So that's funny. Like, y'all could stay here, but I'm getting the freak out of here. And then for your friend, you just to go blank, like you lost some period of your time. Because we heard about that. Remember the vampire in New Orleans video we watched where the woman was in the car and she was an Uber driver and she was telling her about her story and she lost a period of time in her memory. She don't remember that part. You hear about that happening. I ain't got time for that. Like, I need to know what's going on. Remember everything that's going on. I ain't got time for a memory block. A moment in time that's gone. So yeah, no, friend. Wake up the next day, your friend is acting weird. And then y'all let your friend go somewhere with her is wow. Like, choose your friends. Clearly, that is the moral of the story. Choose your friends wisely, because ain't no freaking way I'm going to just let my friend go somewhere with this person. Well, I guess if that's his friend, I don't know. I still would be like, he's not going anywhere with you. That's adorable. That's adorable. But yeah, almost getting sold. And head almost got cut off, girl. That's just a lot in that story. Y'all, like I said, choose your friends wisely. And sometimes it's okay to just be friends with you, yourself, and you. How you say that? You, yourself, and her. So yeah, stay prayed up, honey. Choose your friends wisely.
So tonight's true scary story, I think, is a glitch in the Matrix story, but I can't figure it out, and neither can the girl, so we need your help. Something super weird happened to this girl and her brother, and then it has continued on to this day in a way that you will see at the end is super creepy. Before I get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube, where I tell longer versions of stories and scarier stories, and the link for that is in my bio. Also, keep sending me your scary stories, you guys. My email is in my bio. Tonight's submitter did not tell me whether I could use her name or not, so we are going to call her Becca. So the story starts when she was about 18 years old when her parents wanted her and her brother to move to South Korea because they wanted them to experience new things. So they did. They moved to South Korea. She said her parents weren't really home a lot. They worked a lot. So they were moving in with their auntie in South Korea. They lived in a small-ish house that was modern but looked old, and a lot of strange things happened in this house. So when they first moved into the house, they were actually really excited. The first day that they moved in, they had movers like moving in their stuff. So there were people coming in and out of the house with boxes. So they were in the kitchen unpacking. Her brother was in the living room and her auntie was outside. All of a sudden, when they're unpacking, she gets this strange sensation that something isn't right, but she just brushes it off. But then a man walks in and he looks to be around like mid-50s, and she thinks that he's just one of the movers. But the weird thing was he was just standing there glaring at her and her brother. Her brother noticed it too, and he's just standing there. She looks away for a second, she looks back, and the guy is just gone. Now that is far from the freakiest part, but it does connect the story together. Her and her brother made friends from college there. They were actually walking with their friends. Now they like to go out on Friday nights, just on the weekends. They like to go out to drink, they like to go out to eat, they just liked hanging out with their friends. But this wasn't just a normal Friday night. Now usually they would go out to eat and then they would go out clubbing and they would just have fun. Now on this night they were walking down a corridor, and on one side of the corridor were shops and stores, and on the other side was a train station. Now they're walking down this corridor just having a lot of fun. They're taking pictures, they're taking selfies, they're hanging out, they're laughing, when all of a sudden the lights go out on the street and they get this incredibly eerie feeling, every single one of them. They felt like something was following them, but they decided that they were going to keep walking. They were supposed to meet 2 of their other friends. At the time, there were 6 of them. The more they're walking to meet these friends, the darker it's getting on the streets and the eerier it's feeling. And so Becca decides that she's going to close her eyes for some reason, when all of a sudden she hears something in her ear. It says, "Don't
come. Just go on.
Over and over, repeatedly in her ear. This made her nauseous. It made her feel really bad. And then the breath in her throat just froze. Suddenly it became louder. All she could hear was laughing. And then she heard that voice again.
Walk on or he will come.
At this point, she's absolutely frozen in fear. She's holding whoever's hand she can, but she cannot move. She's frozen. For a split second, she opens her eyes. Her heart is pounding. She is breathing so quickly. She cannot focus. Her brother and her friends were there. It was weird. Nothing bad happened. It was like a weird fever dream that only she just went through. But then she notices something. She looks down at her phone and it says 9 p.m. The only problem with this is they started walking at 9 p.m. So she's really confused about this, but she tells her brother and her friends to wait because she wants to call her auntie to tell her that they're going to be home late, or at least she's going to be home late. They only lived like 5 minutes away. All of a sudden, it gets dark again. And then her friends are gone. There's no friends. It's just her in this corridor by herself. She froze in place. Her legs were like jelly. She literally was hyperventilating at this point. She started coughing, and then she sees a shadow in the distance, and then she thinks to herself, I have to try to control this. I have to try to control myself. So she tries to face whatever this is because she knows that whatever is coming is not good. So whatever this is comes closer and closer, and then she starts to realize that it's this young man. And then she thinks in her head, she's not scared for a second anymore. She's like, oh, he's kind of cute. Then the closer he came, this weird smile crept on his face, and he just became creepy. And suddenly he's in front of her, and he's going from a 17-year-old man to a 50-year-old man. And she starts realizing that it's the same exact man that she saw in her house. The closer he came to her, the more this felt like a horror movie. One minute he's smiling, and the next his mouth starts gaping open so wide it literally looks like he's about to swallow her. Then she feels his sharp nails digging into her. He had grabbed her. They were so sharp, it was hurting her. She closes her eyes, just feeling sick again, only wanting to see her brother and her friends again so badly. She has no idea what's going on. When just like that, her heart's racing, she's breathing super heavily, but then she sees her friends and her brother again. But the only weird thing is, that lasted for at least a couple minutes or more, and she looks at the clock and it's still 9 p.m. So because this all went on, they all decided to go home. Now she decides to do some research on her house because she's wondering what the hell is going on. Then one of her neighbors tells her that there was a family that lived in that house from the 1940s to the 1980s. The father had unalived the entire family, and to this day, she still cannot step foot inside of that house. Now, Becca is turning 27 now, and she had found out recently that her brother had actually experienced the exact same thing that she did, but he had not told her. Now, that doesn't end there. The creepiest part about this, she is now getting random letters posted to her. No name, no address, and the letters always say one thing on it. Her name, and then, remember what happened when you were 18? I will never leave. Mind you, she is 27 years old now. Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on with this story? Like, what do you think she experienced? Because that whole story is absolutely insane. Like, was that a glitch in the Matrix? Was that something that, like, a ghost is doing to her, making her feel that way and putting her maybe in, like, a different dimension? I have no idea. What are your guys' thoughts on this story? How, if it is a ghost, is it writing letters to her? That's insane. But before I do my promotion, I am gonna do my shout outs because I never want to make you guys watch my promotion. You can if you want to. If you want to support me, that's great. I love you for that. But if you don't, I truly understand. And I do want to say something about these promotions, you guys. The reason that I do them is because number one, I want to be able to do this full time. I want to be able to tell you guys scary stories full time. Number two, this is stuff that I actually like and that I think that you guys may like. And this is part of my personality, and I want you guys to like get to know me a little bit other than these scary stories. So when I show you these things, I'm showing you things that I like. So my first shout out is going to JR. JR, you are always in my comments. You are always being so sweet. You comment all the time. Like, I appreciate that so much, more than you possibly could understand. I love you for that. Thank you for being so supportive. It means the world to me. Second shout out is going to Ashley Pritchett. Ashley, thank you so much for supporting me on TikTok and that means the world to me. Like, seriously, I work so hard on both of these accounts, and when people follow me on both, it just means everything. And thank you for commenting and supporting me. I love you for that. I'm so excited about this one, you guys. Guess what's in this? Night lights. If you are afraid of the dark or you have kids that are afraid of the dark, these are so freaking cute. They are teddy bear night lights, okay? So I'm gonna have to turn off the light in order to show you. So they're actually chargeable, so there's no batteries needed. So you just charge it, okay? And then you don't need to have it kept on the cord. You just look. There's different settings. There's red. And then there's this setting. And it's so freaking cute. And look, You squish it and it gets lighter and brighter and lighter, and then it gets dimmer. It's so freaking cute. I love it. I also have a white one. Let's try this one. Ah, it's green. It's blue. Oh my gosh, it's purple. I didn't even realize that it did that. That is so awesome. You just squeeze it and it changes colors. That is amazing. It's also free shipping, you guys, so if you want it for your kiddos or you, I will drop the link for you there. Also, I do just want to say real quick, I am going live at 11 p.m. tonight Eastern Standard Time. I am in New York, and protect yourselves before you go into the live if you're going into the live. That is crucial, you guys. Know what the live is about. It is about the Demon Curse family, and I will be going live with Stevie, who is the mother of the Demon Curse family. No, we are not going live together in the same place. She's in Colorado and I'm in New York. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. I truly mean that with all of my heart, and I just need you to do 2 things for me. And what are those? Stay safe, and what else? Have a spooky night. Love you guys. See you in the next one.
Bro, I'm about to go order one of them night lights. I have a nightlight in my bathroom. That nightlight is so freaking cute. You just squeeze it. I'm gonna have to get both of them. Go support her. Support me too. You know, the merch. I put on the wrong bandana for this video, so I'm about to do different headshots. But yeah, support us. Support us, please, and thank you. Yeah, friend. When I first heard the story, it put me in the mind of like when she was like, "What do you think it is?" I was just like, "I don't know." And then I was like, "Insidious." That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the back places and that other movie. What was that movie y'all told me about? And I just can't remember it right now. Was it Imaginary? Is that the movie where she goes into this other room? Y'all remember she drew the square? This is the same description I used the last time because I can't remember the daggone name of the movie. But anyway, it reminds me of that. Like when you go to another place, but it was like they went through a portal somehow. Like that spot was a portal maybe, or maybe the house is a portal somehow to connect to that other dimension, was the shadow dimension or something. Maybe. I don't know. Put what you think in the comments, because that was just weird. She saw the 50-year-old guy. The fact that you just let him stand there and stare at you for that long enough for you to feel uncomfortable, long enough for you to feel so uncomfortable that you looked away and then look back. You broke eye contact and looked back and he was gone is wild to me. Because I mean, like, just somebody staring at you in your house is wild. Would have been like, can I help you? Like, do you need something to do? Like, what are you doing? Are we not paying you for your time? I need you to do something. But no, that was a stranger. It's wild that you saw him in your house and then saw him on the street. And she played too much with her dang old videos, flashing up pictures on my screen. It scared me. The second one I ain't see, I was prepared. I don't know if y'all saw it. Did y'all watch it? Comment below if you see the second picture. I didn't. Was it going to? I'm a little nervous about editing because I don't want to see it, bro. Now I just thought about that. Okay, we gotta figure that out. Okay. Anyway, but no, like that's weird because you see him as a young man, like I guess around her age, 18, attracted to him, and then see him gradually get to the age that you saw him in your house, 50. And the smile thing. That's how other countries know that we're Americans when we go there. Because they were just like, oh, she's smiling. She's American. Yeah, I don't really smile that much. That's my thing. I don't really smile that much. You see me smiling on here because, yeah, this is wild. But yeah, friend, the smiling. And it's so much in that. It's just like, did you adopt this thing? Like you made that connection because you was in the house and then you walked through this portal and now it's like they're with you. And the fact is your brother experienced the same thing. I want to know, was it at the same time? Because that's crazy if it was. It was like it was just targeting y'all two, and the only connection besides blood lineage is that house. The house, you was together walking through the portal, because especially if none of the friends experienced that, it's just like, yo, what could that have been? You know, it's like, girl. And then her video started glitching. Did y'all feel that? I don't know. I felt something with her video. I low-key feel it now when I'm thinking about it, but it could be because I haven't ate. It could that, and I haven't slept. I could be hungry and sleepy, and I just feel a little like this is how I feel. I feel like that. I feel like that. So I'm not claiming it. Nothing's on me. Nothing's on y'all. We all good. God got us. But yeah, friend, I can't think of anything else that could have been except those two things. And maybe, you know, maybe because like it could have been a ghost. And we had that theory of ghosts just being like shadow people, like ghosts are just in, or shadow people are just in another dimension. And maybe that was the case. They entered into a parallel that put them in a portal that put them in a different parallel or a different dimension, and maybe that's what it was. And the shadow just decided to choose them and was just like, I'm gonna follow you in my dimension. I don't know, it seems weird, like I'm going to be your shadow now, you know. Maybe had they made a movie about that, a shadow, a scary movie about a shadow. You heard it here first. You heard it here first, bro. Girl, I got so many ideas. So many ideas. But yeah, like this video, support us. Go follow all these creators. If you're not going to buy anything from us, or you know, if you're not going to buy anything, just like, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word, bring people in. Find her on YouTube. I didn't even know she had a YouTube. Go find her on TikTok. Click her link to find her YouTube, because I am going to link her TikTok. I'm gonna do the first part for you. You just gotta do the rest, and the rest is really easy. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.